Real quick about us here at ScanForce, if you're not familiar with who we are, we, like V Technologies and Starship, are a third-party vendor in the Sage 100 world. And we've been around, as you see, since 1992. We grew out of the Sage 100 world. We have over 800 site installations and over 8,000 Sage 100 users that are banging away at our software all day, every day. We have offices, across the country. We are headquartered in Miami. That's the mothership for us. What really set us apart when we came into this market is, for the first time, we allowed people to work in a disconnected environment. And what that means is, what happens is, and I'm going to show you this, we if I'm going to ship an order, I say I want to ship order number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm going to pull the information out of Sage about order number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the line items and quantities, and I'm going to store it in the resident memory of my handheld. That way, all of my lookups are on the local device. We don't have to do what's called a home run lookup and go back and forth to the host, Sage, every single time we need to change the screen or validate a piece of data. That makes it a lot faster for you and a lot more stable, because if for any reason you lose connection to Sage, if the Wi-Fi goes offline, there's a power blip or anything like that, you don't lose anything. It's all stored on the handheld. And then when we reacquire the signal, we'll sync back up. Okay. You can see we've got, some very noticeable customers there. The platform that ScanForce is built on is very scalable. There have been users that have over 1,000 devices remote for a trucking company all across the US, all hitting at the same time. So it's a very scalable solution. Now, what we do in addition to things like shipping with Starship is primarily our warehouse management system, or WMS for short. We have three different versions. We have a sort of a basic version we call fundamentals. We have a more advanced version that adds features and functions, and our premium version is the advanced features with the addition of multi-bin. And if you're not familiar with multi-bin, I would love to have that conversation with you. We actually wrote the multi-bin solution that Sage has adopted as their own. It's called DSD/ScanForce Multi-bin. You may be familiar with DSD. They're a large programming house. We are both master developers in the Sage world, so we wrote that multi-bin solution, and that multi-bin is embedded within our premium offering. We also do label printing. Now, I'm not talking about printing shipping labels here. We'll talk about that in a moment. This is printing labels primarily at receipt of goods. Okay, so when you're receiving, if you want to label products, or coming out of manufacturing, that sort of thing, if you have finished goods, you've put two or three things together, you've made a new product and you want to put a label on it. We are at our core a barcoding company. We love barcodes. Barcodes are super fast and they're 100% accurate. So we love barcodes. So we have a label printing suite embedded within our solution. Okay. We also have a secondary solution in addition to the warehouse management system, and that's called mobile sales. The mobile sales will allow you to empower your workers. Maybe it's a field sales rep that goes and visits customers, or maybe it's a counter sales type operation where people walk up and say, I want one of these and two of those. Or maybe you're at a trade show when you want to enter quotes and orders. Well, you can do this in a tablet format, and it flows into Sage as if it was done on a PC connected to Sage. Okay, you can print, you can email, you can capture signatures. It's a very powerful device. So this is a mobile sales application that's separate from our normal warehousing system. Okay, we also have a full manufacturing suite. So whether you're doing any of the modules within Sage for manufacturers, like bill of materials, production management, or even the legacy work order product, we can still interface with. Okay. So what we think sets us apart, speed. I talked about how we store things locally on the handheld. We did several years ago something called the Million Record Challenge. We loaded up 1,000,000 records in Sage, asked for one piece of data, and it returned it in 3/100ths of a second, which is lightning fast. So no spinning dial in the middle of the screen is what we're trying to say here. It's also very intuitive. It's designed so we don't want your people to have to relearn how to receive things or relearn how to ship things. Our screen stepped them through the normal progression of those operations. And our support is second to none. If you don't believe me, ask any of our friends over at Matrix. They will give you some firsthand accounts of how we have assisted other Matrix clients that are utilizing our system.